Alright, so here's my next video in the construction of my multi-touch table. I'm just doing this video to kind of show the rickety sort of temporary setup I've got, just to make sure that it works, and I guess show it working, and I use the term working loosely at the moment. I've got a card table here that I bought from Yisk that is just sort of a temporary setup. I chopped out a big hole in the center of it and stuck my frame on top. My final plan is to have this built into a desk that I'm going to use for audio mixing and that kind of thing. So this is just temporary. This is for me to show it off at school because I'm actually getting grades for this. So hopefully I can get it to work properly. Here I've got my plug plugged into the adapter. Underneath I've got my projector and the mirror. The mirror cost me about $6. My projector actually doesn't have a rear projection setting, which I couldn't believe. So the mirror is actually kind of essential, which is okay because, as you can see, at this distance it's not taking up the full table yet. When I get some actual mounting system set up, I'll be able to do this a little more properly. Right now, because I'm using a mini projector, it just uses a little digital camera tripod, which I've actually got tied to the legs of the table so it doesn't fall forward. A little silly. My PS3i is over here. Since I'm using an OEM lens, not one of the nice aftermarket ones, I'm having a lot of troubles getting the camera further or far enough back to get a decent image of the entire table. Right now it can see this entire table here, at least the image, and that's it at the moment. So I'm debating maybe scoring that mirror in half or getting another one and actually pointing the camera into the mirror to make the distance a little bigger. That may or may not work, I'm not sure. I'll try a few things, and what I figure out, I suppose I'll let everybody know, especially for the final project when the desk is done. You'll have to wait a few months for that, though. I won't be doing that anytime soon because I've already spent a lot of money on the project and I'll have to wait a while. But so here we are. I've got it hooked up to my laptop, and I think we're ready to try calibration here. I'm using CCV 1.4 because 1.5 doesn't seem to be working properly at the moment. I'll enter calibration. I've got a 4x4 grid set up because of the way my webcam is set up. It's kind of got a keystone kind of a thing going on, so I want to make sure I get a nice, good, even calibration. Start calibration, see how it goes. Alright, perfect. Seems to have worked. Let's head back to CCV. And I'm using right now just a program called 2EO Mouse. Some sort of a mouse emulator using 2EO messages. I haven't got my flash stuff set up properly yet. It worked last time I tried with my MT Mini, and now it's not working, so I don't know what's going on. So, as soon as I turn on the 2EO, I should be able. There we go. Dragging the mouse around. Not very precise because of how I've got everything set up, but oh yeah, of course. If you click to drag the CCV window out of the way, apparently it stops tracking. So, here we go. Here's my desktop. It goes right across my dock. That's pretty cool. Doesn't seem all that responsive. Wish it was a little faster, but then again, I'm kind of straining my laptop at the moment. So let's see. Let's go for paint. See what happens. I don't really know how to use this 2EO mouse very well, so bear with me. There we go. Accessories. Let's see. This is actually the first time I've tried this, so paint. Here we go. Yeah, it's a little. It's just supposed to emulate one mouse, so I guess. Well, at least I know it can work. So, anyway, there's the construction of the table and showing it's sort of working. I'll show a few more interesting things. Oop. Save changes. Don't save. Okay. So, grab my actual mouse, come down here and turn off the 2EO stuff. Okay, so as you can see, I'm having some troubles getting some blobs going really brightly, but that's just because of the placement of my camera, I think. But figured I would show in the image, you can actually, using this setup, you can see that just a finger press will actually make the blob appear straight on the acrylic. The problem is dragging. You're not going to be able to drag very well, and that's where the compliant surface and an FTIR comes in. I'm assuming that the properties of Endlight and acrylic negate the need for compliant surface, and that's why DSI is so popular compared to FTIR, is that you can have a nice, better surface to do this on. I like the vellum. I think it looks nice. I think the image is nice and clear. You probably can't see very well in this camera, but I'm not using the projector's native resolution at the moment because of I had to constrain my aspect ratio so that my camera could actually see the whole screen. But just by playing around with this paper, I can tell that it's not going to be as long as I would like it before I have to replace it, especially with all the rubbing and touching and stuff. Like, the paper is going to wear out. So maybe the next one I build will be a DSI, depending on whether or not I can get a decent projection surface. And all in all, I'd say mission successful, aside from a few minor details like camera placement and mounting for my projector and camera and that kind of thing. That and getting the software to work properly. CCV 1.5 isn't really working all that well right now, at least not with my setup. I can't adjust the camera properties in 1.5, and I get a very, very dark image to the point where it won't pick up any blobs, and I can't change that. So I'll be playing around with this some, and if I come across anything really amazing, I will be sure to show you. In the meantime, this seems to be working somewhat well. There's my very first MultiTouch table, done completely from scratch and without knowing what the hell I was doing. So hope if you're doing your project that I might have helped you out at least a little bit. And good luck if you're going to build one of these, and make sure you do ask questions on the forum and ask the people that really know. All I can really do is show you my videos, because I've pretty much said everything that I figured out, and I stole all my ideas from everybody else. So good luck, and I hope you enjoyed these videos a little bit. Sorry I talked too much and they're too long, but there you go. Have fun.